of all, I think your analysis was very straight line. History doesn't run in a straight line.
Kid, you cannot tell your neighbor he is stealing ducks when you are stealing funds.
As High Commissioner, I was wrong. As Charandas Prasad, I reacted naturally how any person would have.
I did not come here for that kind of abuse. I did not come here for that kind of abuse. If you're going to go along that road, I'll walk off.
But it's all okay once they're talking. If they weren't talking, I could not have been here today.
You got ADHD.
I got nothing.
Calm down.
I think I've done enough in terms of taking our team out of trouble from losing.
Come on, Lou Taylor. That's good. I'm reading the script now, and the first person that comes to my mind to play a detective,
Yes,
but
the
an
Chinese critic.
erratic
Mikhail
detective, is Mikhail Rodriguez.
Why an African slap an Indian? Why a man and slap a woman? Look, how you deal with that? You deal with that.
We must encourage platforms like this because it brings together different people and allows for discussions to take place in our country on a multiplicity of fundamental issues.
You apologizing for something you think I did is wrong. I don't want you to do that, and you should not have done that. Hi there. Pleasant Friday evening to you in Guyana. If you're out to Guyana in London, good morning. Wherever you are, good evening, good night, good afternoon, good morning. This is our customary call-in program in which you call in and inform us what's on your mind, or inform us the things we need to be informed about. We have a topic. We normally have a topic, but people stray from the topic. They want to speak about things that are on their mind. Our topic is the Joel Bagwandin theory. If you look at our advertisement and you don't know what the Joel Bagwandin theory is that financial analyst Joel Bagwandin said he has confident and confidential and solid information that Exxon is involved or will be involved in the election campaign, and Exxon has selected a candidate, is backing a candidate, Nigel Hughes, and the ultimate intention as 2025 unfolds is to have a consensus candidate with Nigel Hughes as the consensus candidate. That's our topic. If you want to call in, let's know how you feel about that. So, some preliminary remarks before we start to show our video. If you did not see Wednesday's interview program, it is with one of Guyana's leading chartered accountant and tax consultant and auditor with one name, Drew Bahadur. Mr. Bahadur is a very well-known accountant, and even so got more into national focus when he was president of the Guyana Cricket Board for 6 years. There's some things he said there that you need to reflect on, and let's go through some preliminary remarks. Every human being in a country has an obligation to see that that country is taken care of, that that country is preserved, and that country looks good and does good. Now, I did not vote for the PPP in the 2020 elections. I've written that so many times. There's nothing in my life I hide. I did not vote for the PPP. I voted for the Justice and Liberty Party of Leonard Schumann because I felt we owe the Amerindians something, and I would like to see them in Parliament. But when the election began to be rigged on Tuesday, March 2020, and I saw my country going down, and I saw the return of Burnhamism, that a permanent unelected leader could do what he wants, like how Burnham did what he wanted, I said, my country is at stake. And I spent the next 5 months rallying against those who were rigging the elections. The PPP won the elections. We knew that Tuesday evening. So the people won the election. Let's move on from there. You can't say you don't like the PPP and you don't want them to win, and you put in place a set of permanent leaders. So this leads us to what we show Friday evenings on this program. Some people say, why you're showing these things? We are unapologetic about that because we believe we have a philosophical obligation to tell our country, everyone, the government, the municipal government, the army, the police, the professions, we have the diplomatic community, we have an obligation to say this is what is going on, and we hope we can erase some of the wrongs and we can make Guyana better. Now, when an electric cord is hanging for 2 weeks and it can cause a fire, a conflagration, why we should not show that? Why we should not bring things that need to be corrected? And that's one of the things our last guest on Wednesday talked about. Let me give you some heartbreaking examples of what goes on in this country, and we need to have a debate about it. The banks carry through people a nightmare when their account is dormant. That is an illegality, that is an immorality, that is a wrong, but nobody wants to move against it. Let me tell you why it is a wrong. No saving account can go dormant. It's like a refrigerator. You do not turn off your refrigerator when you're going on a weekend. The refrigerator leaves on. A saving account is permanent. It's permanently active because every 3 months you get interest from the bank. So the account never goes dormant because every 3 months the bank takes some money, like I will take my hand, and put it in that account. That is active. How could an account be dormant? Guess what the bank say? That doesn't count. When they put money in your account every 3 months, that doesn't count. Guess what they consider dormancy? That you, John Jones, did not go and make a money deposit or a check deposit. That is so wrong because a deposit is being made in your account all the time. No lawyer. Now listen to this. Listen to this. In the CARICOM countries, we have more lawyers per capita. And none of these lawyers can say this and this is wrong. Let's take the banks to court. These are things that we need to bring to the attention of people. When you do that, it doesn't mean you hate the Bank of Guyana. You're getting at the Ministry of Finance. You're getting at the government. You're bringing something that needs to be corrected to the nation, to the country. We have an obligation to show people the good things that are happening in this country. Humanitarian contributions from rich people. The government, I believe the government is doing good things for Guyana. We need to show them. But please don't call and tell us why we're showing garbage. We have showed garbage accumulation and it has helped. We show the Humanitarian in trouble because a leaking underground pipe would have undermined its foundation, and GWI went and repaired it. So let's hope we have made that configuration clear. We do not set out to embarrass the police force, but if we see police doing wrong things, we're going to film it and show you. We do not set out to embarrass the diplomatic community. But if a diplomat says something insulting to Guyana, we will bring it. So it's not getting at anybody or any institution. It's the job of not the media, it's a job of patriotic Guyanese, of citizens to do that. So we will continue until this program ends. We will continue to show you things that you need to know about and hope that it's corrected. And we will show you things that you should be proud of. You should be proud of your president when we show you some clips of what he's doing. Now, our first clip is about an icon. When an icon dies, we all wish it didn't happen. We wish people wouldn't die, but they do. Mandela was a moral driving force for the entire world. Once he raised his voice, then against anything in the world, people say, look, that's Mandela talking. We better be careful. So we hope Mandela live forever, but that's the reality. The icon, the cultural icon, Dave Martin, has died. And I can tell you, growing up in the 60s, my sisters loved his music. I know but Crapo in the Jungle because everybody in Guyana loved that song. Well, Dave is gone. And we did an interview with him last year, February, and his signature tune is Not a Blade of Grass, which is the second national anthem of Guyana. And here is our video clip of that interview.
It's something that you like?
Something that I like?
Yeah. It's something that you like?
We are a piece that I like?
Yeah. It's something you like?
We are a piece that I like?
Just sorry about that. We'll have it just so. This is a little technical glitch. Just hold on. Technical glitch. We will show you our icon. Yeah.
For our viewers,
Yeah.
can you play something that you like?
Something that I like?
Yeah.
We are a peaceful people. Struggling, we struggle. We don't look for trouble. Just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. So we ain't giving up no mountain. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belong to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one chorus, not a blade of grass. Off the air, I would say, not one blue sake, not one rice grain. Venezuela, all yours, not a blade of grass. We are a peaceful people, struggling, we struggle, but we will look for trouble. Just ask around that verse, okay? Now, nobody ever single it out, but think about it. That verse is a Caribbean man. We are a peaceful people, struggling, we struggle, Caribbean men, right? And we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside places, from foreign places, talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. So we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belong to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one chorus of Venezuela Holias, not a blade of grass.
That was one of your most famous songs. I asked our operator to let's hear the original song by a man with an original mind. If you just join us, you are looking at one of the icons Guyana produced, one of the great musicians Guyana produced, one of the Guyanese superstars of the late 60s and 70s. Him and his band, the Trade Winds, churn out hit after hit after hit.
Good. That's Dave Martin, who passed away. We all, as we would say when singers go, thanks to the music, Dave. Now, Akash Persaud, our co-host, is here. I'm gonna nickname him the Video Man. So, what have you got for us,
So, Freddie, what I want, good evening, viewers. Thanks for joining again. What I want to show is that right on this program here, and even on another show is doing called Garbage City, we are advocating for the cleanup of that in front of the Georgetown Hospital. You would pass there and see that, and it was. What I want to show you is a footage that we did when we just started. If the operator can bring this up, this is a footage. That's the Georgetown Hospital in front there, and that was the garbage in front of the Georgetown Hospital. Last weekend, we spoke with Mr. Walton Orion. Last week, Friday, he called in, and we spoke, and he said they were going to clean this place on Saturday morning, and that's the A&E, and that's the garbage pile where the monster was living, Freddie, as you said. And I went there when they were doing the cleanup on Saturday. And Freddie Kissoon, you'll be amazed to see what was coming out of that dump. Look, this is in front of the Georgetown Hospital. But I already need a few truckloads of garbage already like on that door. Because I was stopping a lot of places. Another excavator had to come because this one was too small to reach. The Minister of Public Works, Mr. Juan Edger, he was on the ground monitoring this and supervising while this was taking place. So, let me just quick, like the other excavator clean. So let's take this off and let me show you now. Today, I went on the site today, Freddie, and would you believe this is the same place? Look. Huge lot. All of this was garbage. And people out there, they were saying that, man, they didn't see this place in too long and so on, but here it is after such a long time. So that is moved. The monster has been moved also. But I found something very wonderful I saw on Saturday out there, Freddie. And the Chinese nationals, they were cleaning in Front Street. They decided to clean them Front Street. Look here.
This piece of the strip, probably about 300-400 bags of plastic pieces. We cleared on some trees, kind of picking up all the ears, broken wood, pallets, all kinds of stuff littered on the road. We were able to move all of those. In front of some people's places, there are still pallets on the ground. They need to deal with that.
I see there are a lot of Chinese nationals here.
So this is the Chinese portion of the cleanup.
Okay, brilliant.
Right?
Yeah.
All the Chinese companies came together and we're working on this particular stretch.
Brilliant. All right.
The Chinese philosophy is keep your surroundings clean. It emulates you as a human being. And that's what we're here to do.
Yeah, all right, great. I'll work with you guys.
Thanks, man.
Those were the Chinese people cleaning up out there, Freddie. And by the time I got to Romvelt, I came back to DSL because the president was out there since 4 in the morning cleaning on the seawall. And I got this is a video I got of him while he was they were in the DSL we were cleaning.
No, I read it, but
there was the president was here going down into the and operator must get the other one where you cleaning for me, please, the one I had sent. Yeah. So, Freddie, the place is clean again. It's now Garden City. I hope that it can remain like that.
I think they have to be a cabinet retreat, and the cabinet has to decide how it's going to deal with this garbage. But more importantly, when we talked about the garbage in the city, a guy called in and said, look, don't blame the government, blame the city council, and we agree. But then there's the other side of the coin. What about the garbage that are piling up like mountains in areas that the city council is not in charge of, the NDCs? People complain about garbage way up the East Coast. So this garbage thing, there has to be a meeting of the minds of the cabinet to deal with this garbage.
What I heard, Freddie, what I heard one of the councillors said.
But we gone past that.
No, what he said is that the municipalities and so on.
What about Lusignan?
Well,
city council in charge of those places.
Well, perhaps I'm saying that what he said with City Hall is that they have a 1980 system that used to pick up, let's put it, 1 ton of garbage per month. They got to pick up 10 tons of garbage per day now. So you have the same system to do that. So maybe it's the system that needs to be upgraded in the municipalities too, because the output of garbage in communities is way higher, because most of the their non-reusable materials are everywhere.
I would like, if that caller is a listener to our program, a watcher to our program, he did say, look man, that garbage in Georgetown, you can't blame the government, and we agree you can't blame the government. The city, Georgetown is the jurisdiction of the city council. But if you're saying that the city council is negligent in garbage, how come on this program people complain about garbage outside of the city council? So it's a garbage problem.
It is.
And it has to, I'm telling you, I go in the supermarket and I go in the national park every morning and the seawall every night. And there is a deluge of foreign people in this country.
There is.
All over in the supermarket, you find you shopping. It's like if you're living in a white country. You're shopping as a whole set of white people shopping with you, a set of people speaking different languages. There's a deluge of people
the face of Guyana is changing overnight, Freddie, at a rapid pace.
You don't want those people to see what should not be there in the first place.
Freddie, let me tell you something why we got a garbage problem in this country. I went to the bank last week. I think I told you about it. Went into the ATM early in the morning, around 6:30 in the morning, right at Republic Bank on Camp Street. There were bins. I have the video to show it. There were bins at each machine. Freddie Kissoon, you get a receipt from that machine. It's on the ground, but except in the bin. And this is in an enclosed environment. The bank where you're going to draw out, you expect that the people who are going there have some level of thinking and understanding.
Well, I'll tell you what.
It's a culture, man.
I'll tell you what. I'm a little seawall expert. You have to describe this.
Yeah.
And that first lady, that lady has left her mark.
Yes.
In Georgetown.
That's right.
And you should see none of the faucets are working.
Oh my God.
They're destroyed.
Again?
None. So if you go and have a snack on the benches there, you want to wash your hand, or the children, playing, they want to wash it, none of the faucets aren't working. They're all broken since last year.
Freddie Kissoon, the president of Guyana, went on the ground at different locations.
Where's our video? We have the video. Operator, let's see.
He's getting it. Yeah, he's getting that one for me with the cleanup there. But I want to show you something, Fred. This is by your area there. Robbie must put on the TV for me. Freddie, I want to show you something here that happened. That when Robbie put on the TV for us. Turn them up. Yeah. Yeah. This is the traffic light by UG on the main public road there. Last night and the night before, they had 2 serious accidents. Apparently, light is not working, and
it's working back now. They knocked out the lights for 3 days.
But this one here, I don't know what happened with this here, but here, the thing is, why are we showing these things? People got to be careful. There was an accident tonight where a sand truck slammed into a North Carolina Highway by Millie's hideout. But this is, let me show you now. Look at what's happening here. This is by you there, look. This one turned, look how this one turned into this lane. Freddie, look. Oncoming traffic, look how he turned, look. Blam. Look at that. That's the car, how it looked afterwards. Let me show you. And then this one happened last night. This one here is at the same spot again. Look. Man turn, truck. Sand truck. We're sorry if these things are graphic for you viewers. I mean, I should have told this before, but this is the nature of what's happening, and
But how you could something is wrong. You see in the opposite direction a truck coming, and you're gonna turn in its direction.
and the truck got flashing lights.
That person had to die.
I hope not. I
hope not, but that's
I haven't heard anything reported in the news or anything like that. But
I know it knocked out the lights for 2 days. So
Wow.
we have the clip. Our operators have the clip of the president.
Yeah, I have it on. Yes, I have it here. I'll show you. And there are numerous videos online with him, not just doing shovel work, but actually, raking grass and so on. This is him in the water. Look. This is what leadership is. Some people call it a sham. Some of the social media commentators say it's a sham. One news entity reported that too. But look.
People will say anything
when these
against
places are clean like this here, I went to a couple of them today, and they're still clean. I hope it remains like that. But for the president to have to go on the ground and do this, Freddie Kissoon, look, man, when was the last time you could remember seeing Georgetown in pristine state?
You can't remember. When I was young, courting my wife.
this
46 years ago.
This is a long time ago. Well, who would have been the mayor then, Freddie?
Who would have made John Ford? I think it's Ford. I can't remember. But our lines are open. We should have shown that road rage where those. Do we still have that?
Did we show it? Yes, I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll get it.
We didn't show that.
So our lines are open. I see a call is coming through here. So let's take this call. Good evening, caller. You're our first caller tonight. You're live on air.
Yes. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
My name is Mohammed. I'm not going to give my last name.
That's all right.
Just even my volume here. Anyway, I just want to make one quick comment. Several years ago, I came back to Guyana, and I was at my uncle's house, and we decided to go out in the afternoon. And I noticed we were in a minivan. He has a minivan. And he stopped when we went out on the road. He stopped by the public road in the corner. And I saw him go outside with a small bag. It wasn't a big bag, but it turned out to be garbage. And he dumped it at the corner of the road. And the reason I'm saying this, my point is, when we went back home, later that evening, my uncle was complaining about the nastiness of the place, the garbage all over. And the irony is that he was part of the problem. That he would go out and dump his garbage at the side of the road. Now, I looked at him when he said that, and I think he figured out that I knew, where he was, what was going on, and he knew what I was thinking, that he was part of the problem. And this is the problem I find with many Guyanese, is that there needs to be an attitude adjustment when it comes to garbage and cleanliness all over, even the traffic. They complain and they blame the government and even the city council. But as much as, look, when PNP came into power, APNU, they cleaned the city up, didn't they? They had a big cleanup campaign. What happened afterwards? It's the same people that go out and complain and the same people who dump the garbage. And it's not only poor people that does this. It's the very rich people. I think, Freddie, you talked about this in your columns, where you have rich people with fancy cars driving and throwing things out their window. And they don't bat an eye, and then they will complain about the government doesn't do this, they don't do that. It's a shame that we have to have a president and people in government going out and cleaning. It shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just my 2 cents for tonight, and good evening, gentlemen. All the best to you. Bye.
Thanks for your contribution tonight. Freddie, somebody just said in the comment that the president got better things to do than to go cleaning garbage for hours. He has a country to run, decisions to make, but I guess he wants to show that it has to be done. Yeah, take that.
Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, good evening. You're live on air.
Hi, good night, Mr. Freddie Kissoon.
Good evening.
Persaud.
Hi, good night.
This is Hanuman calling from Port. I have a matter in the office of the president for over 2 years now. And the matter was forwarded from the office of the president, a blackmailing matter with the mayor of Rosal. And the matter, I lodged an official complaint.
Just let me stop you there, right? Please be careful about what you say. You said a blackmail matter. Just keep it like that. Please don't make any accusation against anyone. We could be sued. Let me tell you something. After 35 years in the media, I have grown so old, I'm afraid of libel. I ain't able to climb court step. Right. So just keep it, definitive, but avoid making any accusation, right?
Well, my point of view of calling the live tonight is if you guys can ask the government of Guyana, especially Minister Parag and the office of the president, if they can address the matter, because the matter is over 2 years old, and I'm not getting no satisfaction from the office of the president or Minister Parag.
But who has offended you?
The mayor of Rosal.
Just keep it like that. He has done something wrong to you.
Yes.
And that you consider very, very unacceptable.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Well, you have a avenue here. You spoke about it. So who is the mayor? Who is the mayor that's involved?
The mayor is Dave Kudu.
Right. Now he can't. The mayor of which town? Rosal?
Rosal town. Yes.
Okay. But don't say what he has done, because we don't know if he has done that. But you have a problem with him, and you think it warrants the office of the president intervention.
Yes, correct. Because I sent the email over to them on August 23rd, 2022, and the matter was forwarded to Minister Darmlal. He suddenly left the ministry, but I was promised under his watch that I will get a response, action will be taken, and nothing wasn't taken under Darmlal. Sonia Anand Persaud, I was promised action, no action. Under Minister Parag, she told me that there's an investigation going on since January, and I can't get no action until now. So I wrote Gail Teixeira that if there's no action being taken, my next legal step is to the United Nations Human Rights, because I have used all my various capacities to get the matter sorted out, but I'm not getting that done locally. So if that be the case, I will have to seek it from the United Nations.
Okay, but I just want you to know that we don't know the story there. 2, 3, 4, 5.
I understand that you don't know the story.
But also a wrongdoer, a person who's wronged, not a wrongdoer, sorry, a person who's wronged, could feel that they're wrong, but there's always the other side to it. So we don't know what's the other side.
There is a voice recording matter of this, and Mr. Persaud heard the recording sometime last year. I sent you the recording sometime last year.
Why don't you send Akash? I don't have a.
Did you send to me sometime last? No, it can't be last year. No.
Send the recording. This is the recording of what the mayor of Rosal said to you.
Yeah, this is.
Okay, could you send it to Akash?
Yes, I will do that after the...
That is his number on the screen, 652-1314.
Yeah, I have him on WhatsApp already because me and Akash spoke about the matter last year.
Okay. All right.
Thanks. Bye. This guy trying to call. Good evening, you're live on here.
Hi.
Yeah, good night.
Hi, good evening, guys. I would like to address the situation. I've seen a lot of people have been accused, yourself and Freddie, about being negative towards the government. Guys, if you're listening, Freddie and Akash is not negative towards the government. Highlighting problems is only helping Guyana. They are not negative towards the government. I've seen it in the US and I've seen it locally in Guyana. I mean, I know what's going on. I don't know if the arrogance of people has gotten the better of them. For that caller that would have spoken just now about the not getting satisfaction, if I have to be a little critical here, I think sometimes the government officials do drag their foot on certain complaints. Again, I'll reiterate, my position is supportive of the government, but I think we have some shortcomings where the government is concerned. Thank you very much. Good night, guys.
Thank you for coming through.
I don't monitor Facebook, so I don't know what people say that we have put the government.
Hi, good evening, Akash and Freddie.
Good evening. This is a call from Wickenham.
Oh, yes, bro.
Okay, this I heard that the Wickenham. I heard that the school that your the headmaster of did very well at this year's CXC. Is that true?
Yeah, we got 71.1% grade 1s to 3.
Oh wow! All right.
Which is above the country's average. Our English results is above the country's average. Our maths results is above the country average, and we have about 6 subject areas that we have gotten 100%. So we're doing pretty well at this point in time.
All
Given
right.
the nature of our sport, we have done pretty well.
Great. So go ahead, though.
There are a couple of things I would like to shed some light on tonight if I'm given the time and the opportunity. The first one is the Joel Bagwandin's theory.
Yes.
Right? I would want to concur with that theory because I've seen evidence of that theory in 2015 where I named, I don't want to name, but a U.S. personnel from the U.S. Embassy was involved in the 2015 elections. And, you know,
you could call his name. You could call his name. He wouldn't come to court to testify, and as a diplomat, he can't see people. You're talking about Brian Hunt. Right? Yeah, you're talking about Brian Hunt.
He manipulated a number of things to change the outcome of the elections, right? Now, the thing is, MNCs, multinational companies, would want to have their clones in power. And I mean, the fact is, I mean, regardless of who you are, and who you happen to be, once you are on the payroll of these multinational companies, you have to do their bidding. And the fact is, once they are involved in politics and once they want to get their clones in office, because they would want to have their agreements their way. And I mean, it's not agreements that would benefit the Guyanese people, but it would be agreements that would benefit the multinational company. At this point in time, Exxon is not getting its way with the PUP government because President Irfan Ali has been very stern. He has come up with a local content policy which has benefited thousands of Guyanese, right? Exxon is not happy with the local content policy, and it therefore means that they're up to something. And I mean, if they're going to try this thing, and Freddie would know, Akash, you would know too, the Balram Singh Rai campaign in the 60s against Cherry Jagan, funded by the U.S. government, right? Balram Singh campaign was fully funded, right? But, you know, given the nature of what is happening in Guyana right now, given the nature of the progress that we have been making under President Irfan Ali, it is very difficult to make inroads into the electorate at this point in time because people are seeing with their own eyes, they are benefiting the infrastructure, the economy, the investments, you know, Guyana is at its peak at this point in time. And we have to understand that, yes, Joel is right. But there are going to be interferences. There are going to be a number of interferences. I see it as not being an easy election. There are going to be a lot of rough waters. I mean, there are going to be a lot of claims because when you're going to have sore losers, they're going to cry foul. I mean, that's my take on it about one thing. What I want to touch briefly on, Freddie, if you give me a little chance, is this GQ agreement
briefly.
with the government, right? What I can't understand, Freddie and Akash, is that you have a general council of the Guyana Teachers Union. This is the highest decision-making forum of a union. You have members of the council sitting there. They were each presented with copies of the agreement that the president intended to sign of the union. They read the copy of the thing. It was explained to them. They understood. They voted in the majority. The president went ahead using the majority vote from the General Council as a mandate to sign that agreement. Now you have that agreement being railroaded by the General Secretary of the Union, who is playing a lot of politics at this point in time. The president has seen the value in the agreement. The agreement has a lot of things that benefits teachers based on qualifications, station allowance, hardline allowance, a number of things has increased. I mean, from a union's point of view, there's never going to be a livable wage. They're always going to strike for more. Freddie, you are a union man once at the University of Ghana, senior staff union. You know that you always, even if you get 20% today, you will try for 30 tomorrow. So the thing is, unions have got to be on the ball. And I mean, I think the stance that the president of the Guyana Teachers Union took, he took a very neutral stance. He's neither for the government nor against the government.
That's because the man hasn't put any political motive into his. He's saying, look, let's negotiate. There are people, there are politicians involved there that do not see it in the interest of their party, their political party, to have a teacher settlement. And that is what is brought about.
It's the whole idea of making this country ungovernable.
People can't be blind. People can't be blind not to see that.
I mean, yes. I mean, we all see it. At the end of the day, the fact remains that man has signed the agreement. He has signed it based on the mandate of the General Council.
I think the General Council of the Teachers Union looked at the document and they viewed it. They viewed it without political motives, and that is why they endorsed
the agreement.
Anyway,
but before you go, I'll let me tell Freddie this here, Freddie Kissoon. I know you like cones, right? You like ice cream cone. Yeah. Mr. Ahmad has set up an ice cream cone shop at his home in Vietnam. So when we go there,
how much a cone?
How much a cone? $200, right?
We actually selling a cone for $200, and Akash, another gentleman has sponsored 25 kids tomorrow. Okay. So tomorrow afternoon, the first 25 kids who come would get 25 free cones.
Right, okay. Right. So viewers, when you go to Vietnam, make sure you check out Sheikh Ahmad's ice cream cone shop in San Souci. In Melville, sorry, what am I saying by? Like I gotta get the port.
You forget where you live in, man.
I'm telling you. All right, brother. Take care and have a good evening.
Okay. Bye-bye. We gotta go. We gotta go now. Bye-bye. Hello.
Hi. Good night, Mr. Freddie Kissoon. Good night, Mr. Akash.
Good evening.
Good evening. I want to tell you something. Yeah, I see you had some person on your Monday. You had two person on your program. And they was criticizing Mr. BHAGWANDIN. But when these people, you got this man here, we name, what the post man name, the prayer?
But what?
This gray hair we had Monday, man.
Johnson Yearwood.
Mr. Yearwood. Mr. Yearwood and them brains are old. Joel is a young man. Joel know this is but this is the 2000. The 24th century politics. What these people know. Then you had the next one named he's arrogant. A tall chap. He got a business thing. He arrogant.
You didn't see the show and know who were the two persons?
Yeah, man.
And so you
Jabur, listen what I say, man. Mr. Jabur. Jabur and them chap. I just want to do this chap here. This chap here out of place. Anyway, don't worry them. Next fight. lady. And I said that lady was ugly. And you must be vexed with me.
No, you can't use those words.
All right, but what I'm saying, you see good overcome evil. You see pick out some nonsense. You see what Mr. Light did? Mr. Light did things in perspective. He do things that is right. Enough people not going to like him. He do things what is right. Anyway, that's my thing.
All right, thanks for coming through, bro.
Bye.
Yeah, so
yeah, I think that it is clear some political minds in the union wanted to use the teachers for political purposes. I hope the teachers now have opened up their eyes.
And the teachers know exactly what they get for the next 3 years.
The General Council endorse the definitive final document.
Yeah.
That's the general. How can you just, you know what is dangerous?
Is it opposing just for
you know what
sake,
is
man?
no, you know what is dangerous about that? Is that
let's take this call, Freddie, please. Good evening, caller. You are live on air.
Hi, good night, Akash and Freddie.
Yes, good evening. So I'm going to put a picture. I know you sent me a picture just now. I'm going to put a picture on the screen.
Yes, I do.
while you
Yes.
talk. All right, let me just get a picture.
Yes.
Oh goodness. Go ahead, Dora. Explain to me. Explain. What happened?
Yes, the car was coming out of UG Road yesterday, and she had all that room, and I don't know why she braced the truck like that, and she's accusing the truck driver.
Where's
yes.
I'm getting it. It's
I sent it earlier in the afternoon.
Yes,
yeah.
I know. I'm just getting a little bit of an issue here with the.
Change your laptop,
I know you gotta buy one.
Buy a new laptop.
Yeah, put it up there for me. Yeah, that's the car, and that's the picture you sent me, right? It's on the screen now.
Yes.
Okay. So what happened here?
She braced the truck driver. She accused the truck driver of him bracing her, and he had to pay $45,000 in damages.
Okay.
So there was a policeman there who saw, and there were other people behind who saw what happened.
Where was this?
This is right in front of UG Road.
But they have cameras. The police can't. The reason you have these cameras is to the camera is like a judge. The camera tells you how could the police charge a driver when there's surveillance cameras all over Georgetown. Then they look at the cameras.
The police, the drivers, all the police said, you all sort it out. So I don't know what's the purpose of the police on the road.
No, if the police say sort it out, then it is left to the two parties to come to an agreement. So how did the truck driver have to pay $45,000?
Because she said it's a truck driver's fault.
No, we gone beyond that. We gone beyond that. Who commanded the truck driver to pay $45,000?
The woman who was driving the car.
Well, why did he pay? Well, then somebody tomorrow could command him to pay $55,000, then the next day $65,000. Who is this lady that tell him, look, you gotta pay $45,000? From what you said, the police said, listen, y'all deal with it. I thought the police.
I think it's really ridiculous with what's going on the road.
Why did the truck driver pay the $45,000?
Well, that's what I'm asking. Like, I don't know.
Well, you have to ask the truck driver.
Yeah.
You're asking who?
Yeah. Okay. I just want to bring it to the public for them to see. And I also have another question, Freddie.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would like to know why the residents in the Triumph area is getting their water coming through their tap so brown. Like, what's the cost of that?
I think they said it should be cleared up by now.
It's going to be cleared up, yeah.
Dharam Kumar Siraj, the deputy chairman of the GWI board, was here last Friday, and he said they have worked in it. It should be cleared up. I know I go to the seawall, and the soldiers told me they're still getting the water.
Yeah. Yeah, it has something to do with sediment, the amount of sediment coming through the water, with the water. But I think they're working on it.
Okay, madam. Thanks for coming through.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Why the man pay the $45,000? Hello, good evening.
Bully.
Hi, good evening.
Why did he pay? Good evening, sir.
Yeah, I must commend you guys on the work you are doing with this program to people that could call in and highlight the plight.
Yeah, well, thanks, but you had any situation you want to talk about, though?
I want to ask one question. I hear you guys talking about the garbage pile up in Georgetown.
Yeah.
One question I would like to ask you guys. When last you guys can remember that the canals in Georgetown were desilted?
I saw I'll tell you what I saw. On Saturday morning when I was out there, when I was filming the cleanup, I saw there was a excavator working on North Road, the Church Street, by Border Market. There they were, and another they're taking stuff out of the thing. But yes, there are some, the siltation is visible through in many areas.
Because for me, I can remember, I live in Albistown, right?
Mm-hmm.
For me, I know Georgetown fairly well. I can remember from since in the 90s. It's probably like almost 30 years. None of them canals in the cemetery, Sussex Street, South Road Canal. I can't remember when last them canals.
But you live in that area there. Let me ask this question. There are supposed to be reserves on both sides of, like, let me take for instance Sussex Street or Princess Street, right? And there were supposed to be reserves on both sides, especially talk about the one by West Front Road area there. How the excavators get it on?
The one there, well, I want to touch on it. The one real out of hand. I don't know why the authorities remove these people from the area.
Because you can't clean with the people there.
For so long, people occupying the land. I don't know why they may moving them, why the authorities may moving them. Because the canal is one of the major.
That's one of the main canals that drain the city. Yes.
And the leading to Akoko.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't clean. And that's one thing, right? And next thing, very, very quick. I hear you talking about the culture we develop as Guyanese with the garbage. That's a real nasty culture. And this going on for over 30 years too.
Well, all of us have to do our part now, brother, to teach our children a different culture.
I try. Where I live in, I try to keep it in front of me clean. I only have about 30 feet apart. That's just across my property. I try to keep it as clean as possible. But then sometimes we just clean the gutter. We wake up tomorrow morning, you see plastic bottle or anything in the gutter.
It's not only it's everybody. It's everybody. I mean,
all over this country they have the problem.
First lady spent dozens of millions to make the seawall look good that even the colonial administration didn't do. And a man living in a hammock.
I know, I heard you talk about it.
Another man took over a bench. One set of tarpaulin and living under the bench.
The man put a bungalow roof on the bench.
No, imagine
that. To beautify the place and there's people encouraging them kind of things.
And the police said to me, that's not their job.
Several times.
And I'm telling you, by Christmas, you're going to see so many people going to move.
All over the country.
You're going to see the man that he bringing in water by hammock there, he bringing in utensils, and people farming his water.
You might farm a family there soon.
Have a great night.
Good, have a wonderful night. Thanks for coming through too. Well, look, let me show this here. Look, I put this up. Somebody just sent this in. They said every day at DSL.
Oh, we showed this already. Yeah,
the bus at Park, they're still there every day. Black and Chav, you can't turn for going by Sonata Textile. What is that place called there now?
This DSL, is not DSL?
Right. But you know, you gotta go to the back there. You can't see for to turn the black up, and this is not every day.
That bus is permanently parked there?
From 7 in the morning or 6 in the morning till 7 in the night.
Doing what?
They're selling out it. Alright, that's it.
Good evening. Hello?
Freddie, good night, sir.
Good night.
Good evening.
I've got a suggestion, and this you got to approach the garbage situation
with a psychological approach. On each street, if you offer incentives to people with the best kept yard, with nice flowers and competition type of structure, don't you think that's going to work? People will take more pride. What is happening? A lot of evil people, bad, negative, antagonists, are dumping filth just to mess this government up. And you need to approach it. You don't fight fire with fire. You don't have to go pick up their garbage. I would love if somebody offer a television for the best kept yard on your street, Freddie. What do you think about that?
All right. It will be considered. It will be considered.
All right. Thanks for airing your concern. Bye-bye.
Bye, Freddie.
Bye.
Yeah, so guys, you can call in 652-1314. I know sometimes it's difficult to get the calls by the time that one is coming through. So let us know what's happening though.
What I don't know.
Joel Bagwandin theory, don't forget. Let us know about how you feel about it, Joel Bagwandin theory.
Well, if Joel is listening.
Joel watching, he said it how we stray from the topic just now. You watching?
Tell Joel.
Freddie.
Tell Joel the topic is up there on the thing. And tell Joel 99% of the time when we put the topic up, people don't call in the topic. We had a topic last week. Nobody touched the topic last week.
Let's see if we can get one here now.
Well, Joel could call in.
Good evening, caller. You're live on air.
Good evening to you, Brother Akash.
Good evening.
To Brother Freddie.
Yes.
2 quick points. The president of the GTU, Mr. Mark Wright, if he had the mandate of the General Council to sign the agreement, and the majority of the members agree, why did he go and sign this? Why did he do it in secret? Why didn't they announce that today meeting we go in and we're going to make and there is an agreement between us and the ministry? And why, since the agreement was signed, Mr. Margaret is hiding from people, hiding from the media, hiding from the teachers? This is one question. This is just one question. If it was done in complete transparency and the whole council agreed and whatever, why is it a big secret and why is he still hiding? This is number one. And the second thing, but Akash, I see you doing a lot of campaigning on cleanliness and keeping the city clean and so forth. But you are not. But I wish you would advise the government that they must pay the city council their money, pay their taxes. All these businessmen in the city who owe the council millions, not the people who owe 10 and 12,000. We have people in the city who owe the city council millions of dollars. All them stole through with all them. And the same people who are building up a set of garbage per day, they owe the city council millions of dollars in taxes. And some of them are close to the government, so they're not paying anything. So if the steep starving the city council from the money, people keep trying to say the city council must do this, but they cannot do it without the resources. They're not going to pay the people. Or every month or every 2 weeks, the government and the police are come out and do a cleanup campaign. This is my contribution. Thanks.
All right, thanks.
Thanks for coming through.
Somebody sent in something there?
No, nothing else as yet.
One of the things I don't understand with that caller, she called, anyway, the lady with the car. Hello? Why did he pay for the 5,000? Hello?
Good night, sir.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yes, good evening. You're live on air.
I just like to make a point. I'm calling from Borbis, all the way from Albion here. The point I'm trying to make is that over the August occasion, I'm a member of the PTA body for a school. I don't want to call it particular school name, but just want to state my complaint on this program. These people had a project. The Ministry of Education sent some people to do some renovation in the school. The project was to paint, install fans and everything. To date, the contractor, neither the engineer, cannot produce to the head teacher and part of the PTA the bill of what they're doing, how much money to be spent, and nothing of that side. When the head teacher approached the contractor, his attitude is total unacceptable. The engineer is claiming that some teachers saw what they estimate or what they saying we have a president with who have interest in this country. But if this kind of thing gonna happen, this is what to be done in the school. The school have to be paid inside. They paid outside of the school, they leave the school inside. Now the teachers, who is a nursery school, now the teachers is taking out their money from their pocket, not the cash grant money that the ministry is giving them, from their pocket just to get their class looking bright and new. Is that fair? When the president and the government is allocating money to do it.
Well, I hope that the authorities who needs to hear this are hearing this, and they can look into the matter of that. And
I will now call the school name. I'm glad that it's Aldenbach Nursery.
Okay.
This is not the right thing. And you know what? It's in the outside. So the outside will look good. If anybody in government come along, oh, it's nice. It look good. They do the job. No, you can't. I'm with this government. I'm with this party. I strongly believe in this government. But it's people who are at the bottom level is causing this government to have all the banding. And this thing needs to stop. Before they bring all these contracts from to the George and all over, they got people right to give the money to the PTA body and let people do the job in the same areas. Let the school benefit.
I know.
The money you can spend more.
All right,
you
man.
pass a piece of the yard in the thing. You got PTA body, let them overlook it.
Well, look, thanks for coming through tonight and highlighting it. I hope that the relevant authorities hear this and they are going to.
Yeah, because it's disturbing. So you're paying tax, your money is being cut, and this kind of thing, these people doing stupid things. Thank you anyway.
Oh, good. Thanks for coming through.
Doing a wonderful show. Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming through. Bye. Good evening, caller. You are live on air.
Hi, good night.
Good evening.
With reference to the guy who spoke about the taxes and the city council and businessmen and so on.
Right.
Now, they were in power, the PNC was in power from 2015 to 2020. Right? Why didn't they do something to collect that rates and taxes that were due to government then? If you can look at it, you would see he saying no, that the businessmen know the people in this administration, and so no action is being taken. Now, these people owe this money to the city council. Now, the 2801 states clearly that the city council can take action, take people to court. Now, what is happening? Can you comment on that? Thank you.
Okay. Thanks for coming through. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Kissoon. What the previous caller just now with the school. You listening?
Yes.
The previous caller with the school. You know that I know that what the man saying is right, because all what these people at the region supposed to in charge of the school. Yes, I mean the region supposed to in charge of the school, the region and the Redo and them. But all what they're thinking is hustle. There is all what they're thinking is hustle, and they start changing the schools and the government properties. The government has to put things in place to look after and get these people knock off all the like the superintendent of works and the overseer and all. They're doing some rackets. And if you go and see the house where they're living in, some fancy houses and got fancy car and these things, and they start changing the schools.
Okay. That's it?
Yeah, he's off.
He's off. He lost the call.
Okay, this guy's trying a while now. Good evening, caller. I know you've been trying a while now. I'm glad you get through.
Okay, this guy's trying to win. Hey.
Yeah, we can. I can hear myself in the background. If you turn that device down in the background, it'll be better.
Can
Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking my call. Yeah, I just want to make a quick contribution tonight. The first thing with Joel Bagwandin, you know, I think this is my assessment of Joel. Joel is a superstar coming up in Guyana on the analysis of finance and everything. This guy is a very contemporary Guyanese who thinks, he thinks on the modern line. And for the dinosaur era people, sorry to say that were on the show the other night, it's very hard for them to comprehend this, that the world is a dynamic place. It changes. If we look at the political situation, the philosophies and everything, like from Karl Marx, look how the transformation of the PVP has taken place. We have to move with the time. And Joel Bagwandin is a guy who is moving with the time. And this is the hardest thing, for example, I'm going to call some name, like for example, Christopher Ram. They can't think along the line of a 2024 contemporary analyst like Joel Bagwandin. This guy, we need more like this guy to think for Guyana. And so I just leave it there. I keep following this guy's reading, and it is so in-depth and so analytical and so fact-based that, it's you cannot deny it, or you have to come up with, you can't apply old philosophy or old concepts into the modern thinking of that Joel Bagwandin. I just leave it there. So we need to pay attention to this guy. I am very, very impressed by, his depth of thinking, his depth of analytical skills, and all of the above. The other thing I want to talk about is the GTU, the INGDAT contract with the teachers. My take ran one when that happened. And it's a defeat of Coretta McDonald's political bidding for the PNC to cause destabilization as we enter 2025. My take on it is that they were trying to make it into a situation to get the public servants out into the street. They failed miserably. I am so happy for the country. I'm so happy for our children, happy for the teachers that they were. It's going to be a 3-year. They're guaranteed this a 3-year, and as the country, anything above that will benefit from it. Okay. And the third thing I want to talk about, the mayor and
yeah, but you're breaking up a bit. You're breaking up a bit. Anyway.
Yeah, the other thing is with the city of Georgetown, the mayor and the previous caller called that businessmen are not paying. When did this all started? The mayor and city council has been in there forever. Why can't they get a grip on this? Why are we blaming the government now for doing this? Some people, they're seeing the tree, but they're missing the entire forest. It's sad of the mentality of, we still got some, caveman mentality, that comes out here and talks out of their whims and fancies and make these stupid comments, sorry to say that, but have no bearing of to back these up. That's my contribution, my brother. Thank you so much. And this is a very, very
thanks for coming.
Good program.
Have a good night.
Okay.
Hello?
Hey, good night.
Good evening.
I'm calling from Perfect Harmony. It's good that the government hired workers to clean up the streets and stuff. But the problem is that when they finish packing the garbage in bags, they would leave it like on somebody's carpet or something. And next thing you know, this whole bag of garbage end up in the drain. So it's good that they're cleaning, but they need to make sure that at the same time.
So it's not being
No. They have those people are employed to clean.
Yeah.
They have a head contractor, and he should be held responsible.
Yeah, indeed, because the other day they left it on me neighbor carpet under the tree, and they just bring the bag and they throw it in the drain, they get empty lot next to me, and they dump the whole bag of garbage in the drain. You understand?
No, they have a head contractor. It's a contractor, and they employ the young boys to come to clean, and he should be supervising them. That's nonsense.
Yeah, somebody needs to, as they clean, they need whoever to pick up the bags, because this is what they do. They just pack it up and they leave it and they're gone.
652-1314, that's my number. WhatsApp, you get pictures or videos, send it to me.
What's your number?
The same number on the screen. 652-1314.
I can do it. Thank you.
Thanks. All right.
Okay, bye-bye. That's the contract.
But how can you? I mean, you pick up the garbage and leave it there.
And you know what those stray dogs will do?
I know, they would tear it apart.
Yeah,
Yes.
tear it apart.
So the Joel Bagwandan theory. So far, I think everybody has agreed with the theory that has been calling. And Joel, if you're there, you can call in too and tell us, you know, what you've been hearing out there about your theory.
Joel, one thing you got to know if you're familiar with this program, we put topics every week, and people just stray from the topics. And one of the reasons for that is they want to get things off of their mind that bothering them. Some man blocking an entrance, some car block. So we do have our topics, but can't force people.
This person calls, so I'm calling them back. All right. I was trying to call back somebody that called earlier. But
one of the things, because the calls keep coming in, I wasn't able to talk about that lady called and said the lady jammed the truck and yet the truck man had to pay $45,000. That is one call I don't understand.
Yeah.
When the lady tell him to pay $45,000,
and he's right. If he's right,
so if people know him,
he can take a bully.
He's not going to have any money in the bank because people will come and say, "Hey man, look, you just showed it."
Good evening, Collie. You're live on air.
Hi, good night, Mr. Akash.
Good evening.
I'm calling from Annandale. I called last week concerning the garbage, and it's the same situation.
So they haven't picked up the garbage?
No, almost a month now.
And is the and is the NDC is responsible?
Right, that's the NDC, yeah.
NDC from Lusignan, yeah, NDC.
Yeah, I remember your call.
Yeah,
I called last week, and the same thing up to now this week. The same thing, the garbage was still in. So.
Well, I hope that because of the situation in the country right now, systems are being put in place. I'm sure it's being looked at from every level, and that this can be sorted out very soon. I can tell you that one man I know, I every morning at 5 o'clock in the morning, he said putting out pictures. Walton Orion is trying his very best. I went back to the place that is in front of. I don't know if you saw this caller where we had showed Hak Salal a few weeks ago. I was there yesterday. And no more. There's no garbage. He said they clean it very regularly now. So I hope that it happens.
Walton Orine's a fine public servant.
Yeah,
I would recommend Walton Orine to the government. Walter is a hardworking man,
and I believe that. I hope that,
and he has a good attitude to people.
Yeah, and the reason we're saying this to you, I mean, if it gives any comfort, that I hope that it happens very soon in your area too, where it will be picked up and moved off, and on a regular basis that happens also. I hope the authorities are hearing and they can bring some relief to you guys.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Yeah.
Okay.
I hope Joel is listening. People call in and they want to talk about things that are on their... Joel, if you're listening, people call in and want to talk about things on their mind. We have a topic every week, but people call in and want to talk about things that they need to talk, that they want to talk about.
Good evening, call you live in air.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good evening. You're live on air.
Good night, good night.
Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Akash, good night, yeah.
Yeah, good night.
I call in fax. Mr. Freddie, why you had a man Bombay say Mr. Joel at night?
Well, we have different guests. We had Joel.
Yeah, but Mr. Freddie, watching you from since this program start. You gotta ask them what they're gonna do for we when they go in power.
All right. Anything else?
Right?
Okay.
No, just I got a Bombay and a man more educated more than them.
The man, trust me, I know him personally. He can defend himself. Thanks for coming through.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
All right, brother. Good night.
Hello. Good evening.
Yes, good evening, gentlemen.
Good night.
I called last week in connection with the teachers and the government negotiation. I mentioned to Mr. Stevens last week that the Natural Resources Fund have money the government can draw them from. $295 billion. Right? So taking another 12 billion and giving the teachers 20% would not have done anything to the government. But they went ahead and they signed on to the agreement, so that is it. But the government could afford more to teachers. Hello?
Yes, we're hearing you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Second point is that yesterday at Mr. Javier's press conference, he was saying that the government is not finalizing the loan from the Exxon Bank for the Gas to Shore project. And that if they don't get through with that, the government will use funds on their own. Naturally, it will come from the Natural Resources Fund. So all I'm saying that they could have tapped into the Natural Resource Fund to pay the teachers a better wage. And finally,
yes,
this is my opinion, that teachers' negotiation is going to put a dent in the government returning to power in 2025. Mark my words. That would be a deterrent to the government returning to power.
Okay, sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good evening, caller. You're live on air.
Tune down your volume.
Caller, you're live on air.
Hello?
Yes, you're live on air.
Hi, good night. Good night, Akash and Mr. Kissoon.
Good night.
I like the way that Joel put over the with Mr. Hughes. But one thing I can't understand is, would this be beneficial to Guyanese? Would there be more effective action? Would the 10 feet road become 12? Look, the government have some very great ideas. In terms of roads, I think the vice president is a visionary because he catering for two stuff: roads and hospitals. Because soon we're going to...
Jesus, I gotta call it. Trying to cut that one off. Let me call this man back. Oh, goodness. Caller, I'm sorry. In trying to move another call that was coming through, I inadvertently cut you off. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, continue from where you left off. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. The problem is not. They have good ideas, making the roads wonderful. Now the problem is you're making 10 feet roads that being too narrow. A 2 feet more would create so much benefit for everybody. Right? That's one of the problems. Now, with the garbage, I thought that garbage collection is some kind of rocket science, man. You don't need the president to be out there. All you need is to enforce the laws that are there for people that is littering. Right? Now you got the president going out and we don't need you to do that. We need you to be more serious. If the city council for 30 years cannot get this thing done, let's do a hostile takeover. Let's get the job done. We don't want you showing me that you cleaning up. We don't need you for the... You understand? We don't need the president to go out there. We need laws in place so that the job could be done. That's what we're paying you for. Another thing is with contractors. One of the things that bother me with contractors, when they come to do a job, they feel as if they're doing the residents a favor. So they could inconvenience you because this is apparently that they will be fed, that we are doing you a favor. They're being paid to do a job. They're not doing the Guyanese people a favor. You understand? You're supposed to ensure that you minimize all the inconvenience for the damn people them. You getting paid, you ain't doing we a favor. You understand? So I want the president start acting as a president. I ain't want no garbage cleaner. I want the ministers them to fire people like you come to the NDC. Not because John Jones related to this body and the body. We can keep you there. No, that is ignorance. No, Freddie been speaking about this hammock that is tied on the seawall for how long? I as a layman, give me 18 months and I get rid of all the street people. All the street people. You want me to give you some example now? For example, you have 700 and something acres that is owned by the 7 Days Adventists on the highway, right? For over 5 decades. All right?
700,
nobody occupied.
700 acres on the Linden Suzac Highway that is owned by the
7 Days Adventist Church. Yes, sir.
And what did
Right?
for the past 50 years?
And nothing is done?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Check it out. Right. Now. Hello?
Yes, go ahead, man.
Yes. Now, if you want to relieve the 300 and something persons that's occupying the... I can't hear. Hello?
Yeah, we're hearing you.
Okay.
We're hearing you. You go ahead and talk.
No. We can easily get rid of these street people. This is not rocket science. All right? Take any... You could build a building there. All right? To home all these people. Right? You don't have to... we have to plan, we have to get this right. Call me and let me show you what to do if you don't know if you've got the run.
Okay, right, sir. You made your point. Thanks for coming through. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good time.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Akash and Freddie.
Yes, go ahead.
This is a caller from Puerto
Rico.
Puerto Rico. There's no garbage where you're talking about it. There's no garbage where you're talking about. You should come down and see what garbage dumping in the Essequibo River and making waft down there. You understand?
No, we gotta film that. You got any photo?
Come down at the second cooker, the black water cooker.
No, here I tell you. Instead of we comment, if you have a phone with a camera, you film it, bro, and send it to me.
Okay, sir.
So we could show it next week Friday.
Yes. Now listen this. This part-time job start out, is this where this job is from the NDC. Dumping here a man making wow for this thing. You tell me what kind of slide was there and people refer to slide on there. This is what? This is what we call this. This world, this country, people do them things. But it's happening in Guyana. Come down. You all will see this thing. This is pure madness, I tell you.
All right.
Send us the videos.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for coming through. Well, look this man trying to call, I'm calling him back.
Gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening, Joel BHAGWANDIN, man of the moment. See you trying to call.
Who is Joel?
Yes, Freddie, this is Joel.
So
I see you're giving me a lot of prominence. You have.
Well, you got to start. Well, you have to do the decent thing and pay me for my PR work.
You coming up with Joel BHAGWANDIN theory and so on.
Pay me for my PR work.
So it's not a theory. It's not theory. I thought it was a.
It's what?
It's a theory.
It's a.
But the man explicitly coined the thing, Joel BHAGWANDIN theory. I thought it's common sense. You know, I mean, anybody who, I listened to the callers, and I am not worried. And let me take this opportunity to say said very kind things about me. let me take the that I'm humbled and thank you. Right? Now, the very next day when you had that program, Kian Jabor, the whole who watched the program, all these two guys bash you up and deal with them. Next, and why Freddie didn't invite you, you know. So, but I was happy that that Jabor, and I listened to them.
Breaking up a little, Joel. Go closer to the Wi-Fi. Go closer to the router or something. You're breaking up a little bit.
No?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying that I'm happy that Kian Jabor and Jonathan Yearwood was there to theory, and I listened to both. Just
Joel, you're breaking up.
Joel,
you're breaking up.
Call me back on a regular phone, please. I'll take the call. Let's wait for this call to come through. Take the one minute.
Hello?
Yeah, you hearing me better now?
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm saying that to those persons who reached out to me and were saying that I should come on Freddie and respond to those two guys, you know, I chose not to, but I'll use this opportunity to say a few things and to put it into context. Now, Kian Jabor agreed with the theory, but he agreed with it with a negative connotation against the incumbent PPP, right? And Jonathan Yearwood, he disagreed with it. Now let me tell you what happened here. Let's analyze what Jonathan and Kian did there. Jonathan and Kian are aligned. We have to understand it. And what is manifesting and what is evolving in the political environment leading up to the election is in favor of both Jonathan Yearwood as politicians, as political activists, and Kian Jabor as the general secretary for his party or whatever position he holds in his party, because their objective is to weaken the PPP and reduce them to a minority government. So what Exxon is doing, they're fully well aware of what Exxon is doing. They're fully well aware of the agenda, and it is favorable to them. So it is in their interest to say what they said and the manner in which they put over their views in regards to that theory. So I want to say that explicitly. Now tonight somebody called me, I think Kian had his program politically incorrect earlier before the show. And somebody called me and asked me to give them some questions to ask him. Now I said that Kian can't answer any question. Kian could only ramble. He rambles and he has no substance. You ask Kian a simple thing. What is your policy? What is ANUC's policy to address cost of living? They could talk and complain about cost of living, but they haven't a clue what policy to pursue to address it, to counter it. They don't have a clue. Ask them to give you one solution of all the problems they cry about and complain about. They have none. They have no substance. And all they know, they want to have a minority government. A minority government would never work in this country because nobody would agree. And so we will never move forward. We've been there before. And he ignores that reality and keep harping minority government, minority government. It's stupid. It's a very stupid thing. But I'm very happy to say, I'm very happy to see that the viewers who are listening to this program, the people, the voters, the Guyanese, they are very intelligent people. They're very smart people. So they have a mind of their own to see through these guys. So what we are doing is to help to put things into context for them, and they're able to make their own informed analysis and conclusions. So I'm very happy about that, and what you are doing, Akash and Freddie, continue to keep up the good work.
You're going to pay me, you owe me some money, you know that.
Demanding a contract with Exxon. Demanding a contract with Exxon, no more Freddie and money.
God, we have 3 minutes more to go. call us and tell us what's on your mind.
In the meantime, let me read this thing here. Somebody sent this. I visited Suriname in the early 2000s, and a friend was driving me and some friends around in a location unknown to me. I asked the driver, a lot of the Guyanese live in this area. His answer was yes. He said, how do you know? I said, I see a lot of garbage around. Imagine this here.
Well, you don't know if that is true. They can't go in Suriname and do that nonsense. The Guyanese, look.
No, but
everybody.
Where Guyanese live in Naikiri? I spent some time in Naikiri. Twice I went there to do some work. And the place is very clean, Freddie.
Look. I think that everybody's suggesting that you have to put. Look, call coming in. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Freddie.
Yeah, we got 2 minutes more to go. So.
Referring to BHAGWANDIN, what he was saying there.
Yeah.
So what he's saying that majority going to continue running the country?
Well, he said that a majority government is better than a minority government because in a minority government, nobody not going to agree. That's what he was saying. So in other words, he prefer a majority government.
A majority government, I don't think this country is going to go anywhere.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. Thanks for
coming. Okay, so thanks.
Yeah.
That's what I forgot what I was saying.
No, I was telling you about the garbage yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Sir.
Good evening to two gentlemen, Mr. Ferry and your friend.
Yes, good evening.
I got a little complaint, man, down Rampur, the Rampur Curvaton. And the road that these guys them do last year, the road is loosened up so bad, it gets to the hole. And I said I was to film it, visual it, and give you
Yeah, do that.
I'll do it for next week now.
See, the contractor fell down there.
Yeah, because these champions do this thing, and if it's really loose, somebody, I will give the man is do. The man makes grout with beer cement and roll on top of the road.
Grout and cement?
A whole of vehicle on.
Hold on. Grout and cement. You know how expensive grout is? For mix grout and...
The beer cement and water and mix grout and roll on top. And I'll send the pictures with y'all tomorrow. And I will show you all what the people are really doing.
Send the exact location. Send the exact location also.
Need to come down to Curvaton or send a minister into Curvaton, especially Rampur there. This substantial work. Believe what I tell you. Nobody pays attention to these things then. Because nobody don't want to go up and put things up. What we need, we government are getting bad name. The government is getting bad name. People are telling the government is wasting the taxpayers' money.
But it's not the government.
You understand? So these are the kind of things we need to put up.
All right, man.
So thanks. I'm going to video it tomorrow and I will set it up. And I want the president to hear.
Take your time and do the video. You're not hurry, all right?
No, I will have to hurry. I want the government to hear whatever I'm saying.
All right, good.
And the next thing is about police force.
Well, we got to go.
We're over time now.
We got to go. Our operator
Call
got
us
to go
next
home.
week, please.
Briefly, quickly.
Go ahead, yeah.
Quickly, and then we got about 30 seconds. You could make it in 30 seconds.
Okay, so I will send for you tomorrow.
All right, okay. Bye. That's it. Our operators have to go home. It's after 10. If there's one last call coming in, we can take it. So let's count up to 10 as I normally do. Our time is up. But let's see if we have one more call, and that will be it for this evening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Our program has concluded. So that's it. We will see you on Monday when we continue with our guests. Thanks for being with us. Is there any quick word you want to say?
I just want to say accidents are happening too much in this country. Please, everybody, take your time. Drive safe. Watch out for those who are not watching out for you. It's a mad world out there. Just be safe and drive safe.
Okay, well, that concludes our program. We will have our guest, our interview on Monday, and the show goes on. Have a pleasant weekend, and as I normally say, catch you later, man. Bye-bye.